Oh, the camera's on.
Oh, yeah. Well, anyway, welcome to another... Sorry, let me try that again. Welcome to another... One more time. Welcome to another episode of Hey, It's Those Guys Game Reviews. I am this guy, and this is that guy.
Yeah, that's us. You know us by now.
Our names should be, like, right here. I'll put them in, don't worry. So, once again, going a little bit back in time with our game review thing here. Like I said, in, like, the previous episode, we're
doing the time warp again.
We're going to go back and forth now, you know, games we played in the past and other crap like that. We got a shitload of them. We probably won't really cover DS games because that's going to be a pain in the ass to do.
And we haven't figured it out.
Anyway, we're rambling about bullshit. So anyway, on to what we're doing here. Today's game is...
Oh, look at this!
One classic.
And possibly one of my favorite of the series. Metroid Prime.
Yes. Yeah, for brief history of the Metroid series is like... It came out for the Nintendo way back in, you know, the before times. You know, most of you might not remember, but some grew up in the 80s.
This is why I call him 80s gamer and myself 90s gamer.
When do you ever say that?
It's my new thing. It's how I classify people who were born in the 80s who played games then, like Final Fantasy 3, which is now known as 6. That's just an example. But go on.
Okay, well now we learned some new terminology. Originally, there were 3 games in the series through that little 80s, 90s period. Metroid, Metroid 2 for the Game Boy, and then Super Metroid, and then the series largely got forgotten about for many a year. Probably because the original inventor died. So come around like early 2000s. We get...
It was 2004 actually, or was it Oh, it was 2002, scratch that. It was 2002.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I was going to say that. Well, actually, no, it wasn't, but anyway.
You failed. Go on.
Retro Studios decided to take the mantle and go ahead and make a new Metroid game. Much to the chagrin of past Metroid fans, it turned out to be a first-person shooter, and everybody's like, no!
That's what the review said, but I heard from another reviewer, when people actually did play it, some people actually liked it.
But, and I was getting to that point, thank you, that eventually when we all got and played it, we thought, hey, you know, this game's actually pretty good. And, you know, the fact that it was third person made it actually probably a little better. Because it still had...
You said third person.
Third person, first person, whatever. That, you know, like, when you're like this, you know. But anyway, people liked it, and me including, because I played the past Metroid series, but I sucked at them.
Yeah. Yeah, you did?
I wasn't good at them at all.
Well, lucky this...
My secret shit!
Among the many, folks. Go on.
That's for later episodes. Anyway, so yeah, we finally get to this game with this first-person exploration. All the exploration is still there, you know. The little hint system might have, like, pissed off a few gamers, because they...
You can turn it off, though.
Too easy. But yeah, you can turn it off.
For any noob, the hint system's probably an essential. But once you got it figured out, you don't need it anymore.
So yeah. Anyway.
Well, see, the reason I like Metroid Prime is probably because it was the first Metroid game I ever played. It's the game that...
It's the first Metroid game I actually beat.
Yeah. And I like Metroid Prime so much. I mean, alright, 2D Metroid games, when you get a new beam, it just piles up on the other one. Like, first you start with the regular beam, then you get the ice or wave beam, it gets added to Samus's beam, and by the end she's got this super powerful beam that freezes and goes through stuff. Whereas in Metroid Prime, the Metroid Prime series, they kind of divided the beams into separate beams, which I actually liked, because there was the charge beam, the wave beam, the ice beam, and the plasma beam, with the plasma beam taking on fire.
Plasma beam will fuck you up.
Yeah, it does wonders on Meta Ridley. And in addition to these beams, they've added something called beam combos, which I absolutely love to rate Metroid Prime with.
Especially what was it, the purple beam?
The Wave Buster?
The Wave Buster, that was fucking awesome. You just like blow the shit out of things and they're all flying all over the place. It's like, ah!
Very effective on the Wave Troopers, because here's the thing, unlike the Flamethrower, which is for the plasma beam, the Wave Buster switches to another enemy if it's on screen, probably making it a broken beam in my opinion. Then there's the Ice Spreader for the ice beam, which basically builds up a giant wall of ice. I don't really use it that much. I find its biggest use on Metroid Prime, you just freeze his face. Then there's the very famous Super Missiles, which, if you get to the Omega Pirate with over 200, it'll probably be the only thing you attack him with, the Super Missiles. And I know how much people hated the Omega Pirate.
I couldn't pass him on hard.
The Omega Pirate's not that hard, but that's...
Did you play him on hard?
No.
Then you go play him on hard and tell me that.
Okay, let me sidetrack on that. What I meant was, like, for anybody who makes it on their first time through Metroid Prime, they're not going to know what to expect with the Omega Pirate. Especially since his missile attacks take out like 4 energy tanks if you stand in one spot. Yeah, don't stand in a spot. But that's
alright, we got
strategy discussion for another time. So yeah, this is why Metroid Prime is definitely my favorite of the Metroid series. Unlike Metroid 2, which introduced the ammo system.
We'll get to that.
Way better, but definitely way better than Metroid Other M.
I think we'll find a way to cover the whole Prime series. Don't say bad about Metroid M, which you already reviewed. Go back a couple of episodes, you'll see that one.
I'm sorry, I just prefer to acquire the power-ups instead of having them authorized.
That was a complaint, and I think we covered that in the brief. Man, we're getting sidetracked here. Anyway, Metroid Prime, GameCube, 2002, we covered all that. Excellent game.
Yes, and links to Metroid Fusion if you're interested.
And if you want to play it, for you current generation gamers who may have missed the boat on the first one, you can get the Metroid Prime Trilogy on the Wii, which they redid the first 2 games with the Wii controls. I never played it. I heard good things, I think. I don't remember. But anyway, so yeah, appropriate, thank you. So anyway,
I'll be the first person to do
that was the Metroid Prime from the Nintendo GameCube. Another Hey So Guys game reviews. We'll be back eventually with other games from the past, because we need to do videos, and well, we got a shitload of games we never got around to doing. Yeah. So, anyway, have a nice day. We'll see you next time. Another episode of Hey So Guys game reviews. And there's one last thing I gotta say before we go.
One more thing.
Winning!
You really did that.
I probably shouldn't have.